Right then, petrol heads, ever looked under the bonnet of your car and wondered what wizardry lies beneath? It's not magic, mate, it's engineering. And today we're diving headfirst into the beating heart of your beloved motor, the engine. Now, some might say engines are complicated, a bunch of metal bits bashing about, but trust me, once you break it down, it's all rather elegant, really. Like a well-oiled rock band, every part has its role to play in the symphony of power that propels you down the road. So buckle up, grab your spanners and get ready for a thrilling ride as we demystify the inner workings of the car engine. Let's start with the basics, shall we? The four-stroke cycle is where the magic happens. It's the engine's heartbeat, the rhythmic pulse that transforms fuel into motion. Think of it as a four-beat drum solo, each beat representing a crucial stage. First, we've got the intake stroke. Like a deep breath, the piston moves down, sucking in a mixture of air and fuel. Next up, compression. The piston heads back up, squeezing that mixture nice and tight, ready for the big bang. Now for the main event, the power stroke. The spark plug ignites the compressed mixture, causing a mini explosion that forces the piston back down with a right good shove. This is where the real grunt work happens, lads. Finally, we have the exhaust stroke. The piston rises again, pushing out the spent gases like clearing out the cobwebs. And then the cycle repeats over and over, hundreds of times a minute. Beautiful, isn't it? Now you might be wondering, what's doing all this pushing and pulling? Well, that's where the pistons come in. These sturdy fellows are like the engine's legs, moving up and down within the cylinders, but their linear motion alone won't get us very far. We need to turn that up and down action into rotation, the kind that spins your wheels. Enter the crankshaft. This clever piece of engineering is connected to the pistons via connecting rods. As the pistons move up and down, the connecting rods push and pull on the crankshaft, forcing it to rotate. Imagine a cyclist pedaling a bike. The pistons are like the legs and the crankshaft is like the bike's crank, converting that back and forth motion into smooth, continuous rotation. And just like that, we've transformed controlled explosions into rotational force. Now we're getting somewhere. Section 4, camshafts and valves, orchestrating the engine's rhythm. But hold on, chaps. How does the engine know when to let the air-fuel mixture in and when to expel the exhaust gases? That's where the camshaft and valves waltz into the picture. Imagine the camshaft as the conductor of the engine orchestra. It has these lobes, like little bumps, that push on the valves, telling them when to open and close. The intake valves open during the intake stroke, allowing the air-fuel mixture to enter the cylinders. Then during the exhaust stroke, the exhaust valves open to let the spent gases escape. Now, the timing of these valves opening and closing is critical. Get it wrong and you've got a recipe for disaster. That's why the camshaft is connected to the crankshaft with a timing belt or chain. This ensures that the valves are perfectly synchronized with the movement of the pistons, like a well-rehearsed dance routine. Section 5. Supporting systems, keeping the engine alive. Of course, it takes more than just pistons, crankshafts and valves to keep an engine humming. Just like a rock band needs roadies, lights and a good sound system, your engine relies on a host of supporting systems to keep it running smoothly. First, you've got the air intake system, responsible for delivering a steady supply of clean air to the mix. Then there's the fuel system, which pumps fuel from the tank to the cylinders, where it's mixed with air and turned into tiny explosions. But all those explosions create a lot of heat. That's where the cooling system comes in, circulating coolant through the engine to keep things from overheating. And don't forget the ignition system, which provides the spark that ignites the air-fuel mixture, and the lubrication system, which keeps all those moving parts running smoothly. And there you have it, folks. All these systems working in perfect harmony to make your car go vroom. It's a beautiful thing, really.